Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wally Rada. I'm coming to you live from the city of Singapore. Welcome to BizTalk 23. We today are going to talk about effective goal setting. I welcome you all. If I've seen you before, I see some regular faces. You again, nice to see you again. Nizar Muhammad, nice to see you again, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ruby, great to see you again. You should be smiling, Ruby. Nice to see you again. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about goal setting. And some of you sent me your homework from last week. And the reason I haven't answered that is because you're going to learn a few things today that might help answer some of the issues with the homework you've sent me. However, I will be answering all 297 homeworks that I got by tomorrow personally. I have 297 people who submitted homework from last week. I will personally answer each and every one of you personally. All right. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, Win-Win. Welcome, Persilin. Thank you. Martilin, nice to see you. Dan Badr Monger, nice to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about goals. You all know what goals are. I guess you've heard the word goal many times. There's a goal that Maradona used to kick through the goalpost in a soccer game. And there's a goal that you need to set for yourself if you are to be effective or successful. Goals are targets. And as you learned last week, you need to have goals in order for you to achieve your dreams and be successful. What is goal? What is a goal? What is goal setting? It all boils down to the process of you as individuals identifying something that you want to accomplish and establishing a measurable objective for you to make sure you accomplish that. For example, if you decide that you're going to bake a chocolate cake today, then you need to set a goal that you're going to buy all the ingredients, and at 6 p.m. you're going to make a chocolate cake. And these are the steps you're going to follow. And by 6:45 p.m., the chocolate cake should be outside the oven, and you should be having chocolate cake and coffee or chocolate cake and beer at 7 p.m. Goals can be as simple as you setting a plan to eat chocolate cake later on today. A goal can be a simple thing as you planning what you're going to wear tomorrow when you go out, planning what items from your wardrobe you're going to iron or launder so you can go out tomorrow. That can be a goal or an objective. We're going to look at goals in a more professional way and the way you would set goals if you want to succeed in setting your own business or succeed in becoming successful in the job you have now, or even in looking for a job if you don't have a job. So, in order to set a goal, each goal has to have a certain set of requirements attached to it. There's certain things or certain elements that must be answered in a goal. You cannot just say to yourself, Charity, that in 3 months' time, I want to marry a millionaire. That's not a goal. You can't say to yourself, Melina, that in 4 months' time, I want to find a richer husband who's going to buy me a red ruby. That is not a goal on its own. Yes, and Gwen, it wouldn't be a goal on its own. However, if Ruby set herself a goal that in 6 months' time, I'm going to travel the world, and on my travels, I'm going to visit all the pubs in each city, and I'm going to look for people, men who meet this requirement, this size, they're dressed well, they're wearing a Rolex watch, and they're carrying a mobile phone, and they're the ones that I want to meet and talk to. That goal becomes a lot more specific, and it's a lot more likely that she would be able to achieve that goal. But that's just an example. Let's talk about goals, real goals in real life, the goals that you would set for yourselves in order for you to become successful in life. Goal setting can help you in any area of your life, from achieving financial freedom, done, Badr, all the way to actually achieving success in the job you have at the moment, if you have one. Or even if you don't have a job, it will help you achieve success in finding a job, Nizar Muhammad. Because if you're looking for a job without a plan and without goals of the type of job you want to achieve, then that job is never going to be found. Finding a job is a project on its own. Finding a job requires a project plan. Finding a job requires a set of goals, and those goals have to be reviewed on a weekly basis. If you've been looking for a job for 6 months and you haven't found one, for the love of God, wake up. You failed. Does everybody understand that? Do you understand what I'm saying, Marilyn? Thank you, sir. Do you understand what I'm saying, Melody? Are you concentrating on this, Melody? I need to see you, Melody. Stop running away. Look at me. All right. Okay. So you need to focus on what you want to achieve. If you've been unemployed for more than 6 months, you're probably in the basket of those who are unemployable. Because once you've been unemployed for 6 months, your chances of finding a job became harder, especially post COVID-19. It is still possible, it's just a lot more difficult, and you need to be a lot more focused on how you search for a job and how you apply for your job, because you won't get a second chance. So it's a lot more difficult. For example, if I said I wanted to lose weight, but I kept eating the same food that I eat today and drinking the amount of beer I drink today, let me assure you, Julie Jean, I won't lose any weight, because beer does not help you lose weight. So for me, that goal would be a failure, right? Roxanne? Right. Okay. So Gwyn Kong, if I wanted to lose weight, I would have to set a goal, Gwyn Kong, to stop drinking beer, probably drink more whiskey than beer because it's a spirit and I don't put on weight. And if anybody ever told you that drinking wine, you don't put on weight, that's an absolute lie. Wine is a byproduct of grapes and you still put on weight. So the only thing that doesn't really make you put on weight is a pure alcoholic spirit, 60% proof, like whiskey or vodka. So unless I wanted to go onto a pure whiskey and vodka diet, which would have me drunk all day, I guess I need to stop drinking beer. That's the only way I'm going to lose weight. That would be an effective goal. All right, now let's talk about the goal setting process, guys. Let's go through it. Okay, creating smart goals. The goals you create, this thing called a goal, has to be specific. It means it has to be focused on achieving a specific result. Do you understand that, Nizar? Could you wave your hand, Nizar, if you understand? Great. Do you understand that, Nasik? Do you understand that, Gwyn Kong? Gwyn Kong, good. Bonifacio Jr., my dear friend, in your yellow singlet, red singlet. Do you understand that? Good on you, mate. Niraj, do you understand that? Niraj? Good. Cedric, do you follow me? Good on you, Cedric. Kinley, do you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Kinley? Good on you, Kinley. Okay, so basically it has to be specific. If I asked you to give yourself a specific goal for tonight, Roxanne could tell me that she's cooking chicken adobo for her to eat tonight. That would be a specific goal, chicken adobo. Not she says, Wally, I'm cooking adobo. That would not be specific. She would need to tell me that she's cooking chicken adobo. Chicken adobo. That would be a specific goal, Marilyn. Or for you, Han Badr, if you gave me a goal that tonight I'm going to go out for a drink, that is not specific. Specific would be I'm going to go out for a drink with my friends and we're going to drink whiskey, no beer. That would be more specific. You understand that, Badr? Or you're going out with a particular group of friends. Okay, that would be specific. All right. So the goals have to be specific. All right. My dear host, co-host, could you type the word specific in the chat box for everybody, please? Specific. Thank you. The next one that we have to focus on is the word measurable. The goal has to be measurable. How do I measure whether the goal is successful or not? Remember, we said last week that in order to be successful is when people congratulate you on your success, when you've achieved something far beyond what you usually achieve, which is out of the norm. So you need to have a measurement, a measurement. It wasn't specific, it was specific. Could you write it in the box for everyone? Specific. SPECIFIC. Specific, please. Could everybody put that in the chat box for everyone, please? To my co-hosts, specific. Okay, so the next element is it has to be measurable. Measurable. The goal has to be measurable. What do we mean by measurable? You have to measure the goal and how you can tell whether it's been successful or not. For example, Wilfie, if Wilfie said that by the end of this year she is going to save 100,000 US dollars, she can measure it. Because if she only saves 80,000 US dollars, she would have failed. Follow? So there needs to be a measurement of success on every goal we set ourselves in life, regardless whether it's eating chicken adobo, cooking chicken adobo, finding the perfect husband, or finding a job. How do I set a measurement in finding a job? I could say that by the end of this month, I want to find a job. The job has to pay me a minimum salary of $1,000 a month. That would be the measurement. Do you understand that, Wilfie? Wave your hand, Wilfie. I can't hear you. Wave your hand. Good, excellent. Josie, do you understand that? All right, so it has to be specific and it has to be measurable. All right, does everybody follow that? Tashi, do you follow what I mean by that? Specific and measurable. Do you understand that? Can you wave your hand if you understand that, please, Tashi? Do you understand that, Tashi? Okay, all right. The next one, guys, is what I call attainable. Attainable. What do I mean by attainable? What do I mean by attainable? That means it's something that is realistic. For example, if Major Ganizani set himself a goal that he wanted to land on the moon in 30 days without a space rocket, that would be crazy. That would be impossible. And it would not be achievable or attainable. Attainable means it's something that can be done. Does everybody understand what I mean by attainable? Do you understand that, Marilyn? Marilyn, do you understand what attainable means? Good, Marilyn. It has to be attainable. All right. My co-hosts, please show the word attainable in the chat. Attainable. Attainable. The other one is what we call realistic. So if my good friend wanted to reach the moon without a spaceship or a rocket, it's not attainable and it's not realistic because you can't run to the moon, you can't walk to the moon. You need a rocket or a aircraft to get you there, or an aircraft that operates as a spaceship at least, because of the different atmosphere and the certain scientific requirements you need to land on the moon, and the fact of the difference in gravity and the force of gravity, as you know. Okay, so the goal has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be attainable, and it has to be realistic. Does everybody understand what I mean by the word realistic, everybody? Realistic. Okay, good. And the last one, it has to be time bound. It has to be timely. You need to set yourself a timeline to achieve that goal. Do you all follow me? You need to set yourself a timeline to achieve that goal. A timeline. Let me give you an example. Wilfie wants to find a job as an assistant manager in a hotel with a minimum pay of 500 US dollars a month, and she wants to do it before the end of April. Did everybody hear that? Now, what I've done is I've addressed specific, I've addressed measurable, I have addressed attainable, I have addressed the word realistic, and I've also set a time for Wilfie to achieve that goal, which is by the end of April. Do you all understand that? So if Wilfie hasn't achieved finding a job by the end of April, Wilfie will need to look in the mirror and ask Wally, what am I doing wrong? Why haven't I yet found a job? Do you understand that, Wilfie? Yes or no, Wilfie? Good girl. Michelle, do you understand that, Michelle? You look very nice in your headband and glasses today, Michelle. Good stuff, mate. Okay. Wee Huyn, do you understand what I just said? Wee Huyn, do you understand what I just explained? Okay. Okay. So we all understand what I mean by that. Bumal Suba, do you understand what I've explained so far, Bumal? Bumal, do you understand? Good, excellent, mate. Okay. So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. They are core components of a goal. And if one of them's missing, that goal is never going to be successful. Do you all understand that? Yes or no? Wave your hands if you understand, please. Wave your hands. Josie Garcia, do you understand? Good, excellent. Toshiba, do you understand, mate? I need you to show your real name, Toshiba, so I can issue a certificate. Can you go to participants, click on the arrow and hit the word rename so we can issue a certificate? Could my co-host, Mr. Govan, can you tell Mr. Toshiba how to rename himself, please? Could you chat with Mr. Toshiba in the chat box and instruct him how to change his name, please? My colleague, Mr. Govan, will help you, Toshiba. He will show you how to rename yourself. Okay, so remember, guys, time is a must. Every goal must have a time measurement. A specific goal has a much greater chance of being accomplished. A specific goal is much more achievable than a generic goal, all right? You cannot achieve a generic goal. You can achieve a specific goal. Can I ask someone to tell me the difference between specific and generic? Who can give me an example? Who would like to raise their hand and give me an example? Can you put up your hand? Raise your hand if you can give me an example. Or should I pick someone? Everybody here with their name and no video, you will not get a certificate. You need to put on your video. Marie Bell, you need to put on your video. Melanie, Cindy, Huang, Shakina, Kukong, none of you will get a certificate unless I see live video images of you for the whole duration of this session. So unless you're going to put on your video, my administrators will not issue a certificate. Please, you need to register your attendance with your photo. I need to know that you're learning something. You're not sitting watching TV and have just tuned in for the sake of paper. We do not issue free paper. You need to switch on your video, Katrina, Marie Bell, Joga. All of you need to switch on your cameras. Okay, great. Excellent. So can anybody answer my question regarding specific compared to general? Who can answer my question? Okay, let me call on someone. Niraj Raj, can you unmute your microphone? Niraj Raj? Hi, Niraj, how are you? Are you there, Niraj? Hi, Niraj, how are you? Can you unmute your microphone, Niraj? Govind, can you unmute Mr. Niraj's microphone, please? Govind? No? Okay. Who else has raised their hand? Let's just see who we've got. All right, let's talk to somebody who's raised their hand. I have 3 people, all 3 ladies. Okay, I wish one of the guys would raise their hand for a change. Michelle, how are you tonight? Unmute your microphone, Michelle.
Hi,
Michelle.
Sir. Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing great, sir. Thank you.
Tell me, what is the difference between a specific goal and a generic goal?
When we say specific, a word specific, it should be certain, specified, or fixed. Meaning,
okay, give me an example.
The 3 words.
Right, give me an example of a specific goal that you would set for yourself. Specific goal.
Like right now, I put it in my journal that after 1 year, I should have the 100,000 pesos of since I'm new in the business, 100,000 net of profit.
All right, that's great. Okay, good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Mahmoud, can you switch on your camera, Mahmoud, so I can open your microphone? Mr. Mahmoud Adam Osman, could you switch on your camera, please? Unmute your microphone, Mahmoud. Tell me, what is the difference between specific and general goals, Mahmoud? Are you there, Mahmoud? I can't hear you, Mahmoud. I'm sorry. All right. Mahmoud needs to switch on his camera and his microphone if he wants to learn anything. All right. Who else have I got here? Jasmine, can you tell me what's the difference between a specific and a generic goal?
Yes, hi. Yeah.
Hi, what are the differences?
Yeah, specific goal means it's like for example, I want to within these 6 months I want to buy a house and lot and a car.
Specific goal is you want to buy a house and you've set
Yeah.
a time on it within 6 months. Good, excellent.
Yes, within 6
All
months.
right.
That's a specific. And the generic goal means I want to be rich. So rich, that's very generic. How you will be a rich?
That's exactly right. If you just set a generic goal, I just want to be rich, there's no way to measure its success, and you haven't set yourself parameters. So therefore, that will not happen because there'll be nothing for you to work towards. You follow?
Yes, yes.
Good on you, Jasmine. Thank you so much. All right, guys. We'll talk again shortly. Let's move on. The next type of goal, guys. Before we go to the next type of goal, let's talk about a general goal. I just want to clarify it because I see some of you are looking at me with wonder. A general goal would be something you implement, common core state standards. For example, a generic goal would, I want to look good. I want to look good. But you haven't said what or how you're going to make yourself look good. That would be too generic and you may never look good because you haven't defined how you're going to make yourself look good. Specific goal would say, I want to implement a new way of dressing moving forward. From today forward, I will only wear white shirts, black shirts, gray shirts, blue shirts with a collar and short sleeve. That would be a more specific goal. Does everybody understand that? You follow? Okay, let's look at it. Creating a specific goal. How do I create a specific goal? One, you need to ask, who is involved? Write this down. Specific goal. Everybody, pen and paper, please. Let's do it. Pen and paper. Get your lazy hands out. Get your lazy pencils out and start writing, including you, Cedric. A specific goal must answer the following questions. Who is involved? 2, what do I want to accomplish? 3, where do I want to accomplish this? Where? Here in my own country, at home, at work? Where? When do I want to have it happen? When? When am I going to start? And when will it finish? Which? Identify the requirements and the constraints, Niraj. So if I say I want to look more presentable, you need to say, I want to look more presentable with the clothing I wear. I'm only going to wear a certain quality shirt of a certain color with a certain collar. And I'm only going to wear these shirts to the office every day. And I'm going to buy 10 of these shirts next week. And then I'm going to buy 10 more every 3 months. The goal has to be specific, okay? Specific. And the last one is why. Why? Why do I want to do this? It's because if I am better dressed, the chances are that more people will talk to me. When I go to interviews, I will be remembered and there is a better chance for me to find a job. Do you all understand that, Marilyn? Do you understand that, Tashi? Good, excellent. So let's go through specific again. Specific means you need to answer the following. We call them the 6 W's. Does everybody know the 6 W? What's my name? My name is Wally. My name starts with a W. So whenever you think of goal, think of 6 Wallies. 6 of Wally. All right, does that make it easier for you? They are who, what, where, when, which, why. Does everybody understand that? My dear co-hosts, please type these in the goals. In the chat, please. Specific means 6 Wallies. Wallies with apostrophe S. They are who, what, when, where, which, and why. They are the 6 Wallies. Do you all understand that? Yes or no? So every time you look in the mirror, Roxanne, and set yourself a goal, think of Wally 6 times. Who, what, where, when, which, and why. Do you all understand this, guys? Yes or no? Wave your hands if you got the 6 W's. Quickly, wave your hands. Thank you. Kana, good on you, Kana. Okay, Yokoswaran, you understand what I just said, Yokoswaran? Good, excellent, thank you. All right. Guys, let me give you an example. The 6 W's are easy because already every day you ask yourself what you're going to do. The who answer you've answered. The what answer you answer yourself because it's what you want to do. The where answer you need to answer yourself, the country you're in. Who, what, when, where, which, and why. What, when, where, which, and why. It should be when, W-H-E-N. All right? Who, what, where, when, which, and why. All right? The 6 W's. Okay, let's talk about the next element. The next element is the goals have to be measurable. Okay, specific, and now they have to be measurable. What do you think of when you say measure? Measuring tape, ruler, measurable. Okay, they have to be measurable. Thank you, Nizar. They have to be measurable. You have to be able to set a timeline or a stage towards success. For example, let me remind you that when you're a baby, Marilyn, in the first couple of months, you learned how to crawl. After you learned how to crawl, in the first couple of months, you learned how to roll over and tumble on your stomach, etc. Then after 3 or 4 months, you learned how to crawl. Then after you learned how to crawl, about 6 months later, you learned how to stand up and try to walk. And you probably fell down 200 times. And after that, the more confident you got walking, you set yourself a goal as a baby to walk faster. You started running, okay? But every phase of you learning how to walk had a timeline. Do you understand where I'm coming from, Marilyn? Each phase had a timeline. Okay? So measurable is the measurement of what we want to achieve in the time it should take us. If you're unemployed for more than 6 months, you have a real problem. Every day you remain unemployed after 6 months, you have a serious problem. Do you understand that? Le Poing Tao? Le Poing Tao, do you understand that? Can you wave your hand if you understand? Good. All right. When you measure your progress, you stay on track. You reach your target dates and experience the exhilaration of achievement that spurs you on to continued effort required to reach your goal. Okay, let me use an example. Some of you 3 or 4 weeks ago came to my class and you looked very negative and very drained, very drowned. I told you you need to look in the mirror and make yourself look positive. I'm happy to say that because I've been coming to these sessions on a weekly basis and pushing you, 75% of you look much better now and seem to be much more positive. And just by the homework I'm getting from you, you're on your track to finding a job or becoming successful. I can just see it in the homework you've sent me. Somebody sent me homework 2 weeks ago and had 0 goals. Now they have 6 or 8 goals, and 2 of the girls have already achieved their goals. And one gentleman has already started a business that was only a dream for 2 years. All right. So people who are listening are making track. All right. So you need to measure your success. I told you all last week, send me your goals homework, and I want you to update me on a daily or weekly basis of what part of the goals you've achieved. Because if I set you a challenge to update me weekly, you will then have the motivation to do something about it. But if I tell you just to set the goal and set the measurement and forget about it, none of you will do anything. You just stay without goals. Do you understand that, Marjorie Gonzaga? Marjorie, do you understand? Can you wave your hand if you understand? Thank you. All right. Okay. Do you understand that, Nizad? Thank you. All right. Okay. How do you create measuring goals? How do you create measurable goals? How do you create a measurement? It's a simple fact. The measurement is famous for the H. With a measurement, when you say measurable, you need to answer the H. Before we answered the W, now we need to answer the H. Do you all understand that? The H means how much you want to get and how many months or how many days or how many jobs you want to get. How much, how many. That is the measurement. Do you understand that, guys? I want to get 1 job in 6 months. That is the measurement. How many jobs? 1 job. I want to get a job as a secretary. How many jobs? 1 job. How much? How many? Do you all understand that, everyone? Good stuff. Excellent. All right. Do you understand that, we win? Good. Do you understand that, Erin? Good. Do you understand that, Kana? Kana Badur? Mr. Kana? Okay, good. Do you understand that, Sonam? Thank you. Okay. And the last one you want to say is, how will I know when it's accomplished? So if you say how much, how many months, or how many weeks, then you will be able to know whether you've accomplished it or not. But if you don't answer the measurable by saying how much or how many, you will never know whether you've achieved that goal or not. Do you understand that, everyone? Okay. Okay, the next point we're going to talk about is the next element. Sorry, can my co-hosts please write that in the chat box? So for measurable, our students need to remember the 2 H's, how much and how many. Because with how much and how many, they will be able to realize when they've accomplished their goal. Now we're going to move on to the next one, attainable. All right, when we say a goal must be attainable, we said that a goal to be attainable must be something that can be done. It must be attainable. When you identify goals that are most important to you, you begin to figure out ways you can make them come true. All right, as I said, if Sonam's goal is to walk on the moon, but he doesn't have a spaceship, or he doesn't have $200 million to buy a spaceship, then his goal to walk on the moon will not be attainable. Do you understand that, Sonam? Yes or no? You understand? Okay. All right, good, excellent. Erin, if Erin sets herself a goal to buy a house in Hollywood in the USA, the house that Michael Jackson lived in, but she never had $200 million in the bank, then she's setting herself a goal that will be never attainable. Do you understand that? The goal must be attainable. If it's not attainable, then you're living in hope. You're living in a dream. You will forever remain the way you are. Okay? No change. And that will be no one's fault but your fault. Do you understand that, Marjorie? Marjorie, do you understand that? Good, excellent. Okay. Maravik, do you understand what I've said so far, Maravik? Good, excellent. Okay. By developing an attainable goal, it goes back to what we discussed last week. It's about your attitude. You need to have a positive attitude. If your attitude is not positive, then no goal you set will be attainable. You develop attitudes, abilities, and skills. You also develop an understanding of financial capability. You need to know what your financial limitations and capacity are in order for you to reach your goal. You begin seeing previously overlooked opportunities, and you use the mistakes you've made in the past to measure whether this goal will be attainable or not. Do you all understand that? Yes or no? Good, excellent. Good, Sonam. Good, Nizar. Good, Gwyn. Gwyn Kong, do you understand what I said? Gwyn Kong, can you wave your hand? All right, good. I noticed you got yourself good headsets now. Good on you, Gwyn. Okay, all right. So you develop the attitude in your mind that's positive. With that positive attitude, you're able to start talking to yourself and asking yourself, is the goal that I'm setting for myself attainable? Is it realistic? Is it attainable? And if you're having negative thoughts or you're in a negative state of mind, then the highly likely outcome will be unattainable. You will never achieve it because when you set it, it was not attainable to start with. So if I was to set a goal that I'm going to rob a bank but never get caught, would that be attainable? No, because I have no idea whether I'll get caught or not. You know, that's the only people that will tell you that are the law. All right. If I was to tell you that I'm going to live to 110, could I make sure that that was attainable? I probably could work towards it if I went to the doctor every month. But can I guarantee it? No, because there's no scientific evidence that says that I can live to 110 based on my own health condition or my health. All right. So you need to make sure whatever goal you're setting can be attained and that you can see a result in the near future, usually within 12 months. Do you understand that, guys? Okay. You can attain almost any goal can be attained. The only problem is you need to make sure that it's realistic, that it's something that is not just a dream, like going to the moon. You can attain most, if not any goal you set when you plan your steps wisely and establish a time frame that allows you to carry out those steps. All right? Do you all understand that? Yes or no? Goals that may have seemed far away, out of reach, eventually move closer and become attainable. Not because your goals shrink, it's because you open your head, expand your mind, and start growing your potential. Do you understand what I'm saying by that? The goal will never happen unless you make an effort. And if you reach the end of the goal and haven't achieved anything, then you haven't achieved your goal and you have become a failure again. Do you all understand where I'm coming from? Okay. Goals may have seemed far away. In the past, before you met me, they may have been far away. But as Roxanne, Jenny May, Fahiba, and all the others will tell you, once you start listening to a motivator, once you start following and sitting in on my sessions weekly and sending me the homework every Sunday as you should, then the goal will slowly but surely come to fruition. You have to make the effort first. Do you understand that, Marilyn? Do you understand that, Tashi? Do you understand that, Marjorie? Yes or no? Okay. Do you understand that, Mayola Rose? Do you understand that? Okay, good. Win-win, do you understand that? Good, excellent. All right, fine, okay. Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what we said so far. We've covered the element specific, we've covered the element measurable, and we've covered the element attainable. So we've covered the S in specific, the M as in measurable, the 6 swallies that go with specific, the M that is measurable, and the H and the how, the H for how, many, okay, and how much, okay? And now we're talking about attainable. Attainable. All right, so we've covered the S, the M, and the A. Now we're going to the next letter in the acronym SMART, and that starts for R. It's incredible that my first letter of my name, W, brings on the specific part of goals, and the R element of SMART brings on my family name. That tells you where I got the SMART goal in me from. It must be in my blood. I'm only joking. All right, so realistic is the next element of SMART goals. The goals must not only be attainable, they must be realistic. To be realistic, a goal must represent an objective towards which you are both willing and able to work, all right? Willing and able to work. Do you all understand what I mean willing and able means? What does willing and able mean? Does everybody understand that? Willing and able. So Arian is willing to work hard and make a change. She's able to do it because she has the brain, the hands, and the legs, and the intelligence. All right. So if she's able and willing to do it, then the goal can be realistic. Do you understand that, everyone? Yes or no? Good. A higher goal or a harder goal is always easier to reach than an easy goal, because easy goals do not motivate you to achieve them. All right. For example, if I go to school and the teacher keeps teaching me how to count 1 + 2 = 3, and he's been teaching me that for 6 months, I have no goal in passing my mathematics exam because it's easy. 1 + 2 = 3. So the more difficult the teacher makes mathematics by introducing fractions and other formulas, the more interested and motivated I become to learn all the formulas in order to pass the test. So the more difficult the goal, the more motivated you become. So you should never set yourselves an easy goal. The goal should be as difficult as can be. The more difficult, the better. Do you understand that, Michelle? Do you understand that, Jameen? Do you understand that, Nizar? Do you understand that, Niraj? Good, excellent. A hard goal is frequently much easier to achieve for all of us. The fact is that if the goal is too easy, you don't exert enough motivation on yourself to achieve it. You should all be setting yourselves very high goals and exert more stress on your brain so that you feel compelled, you feel the need to achieve it. Because if it's too simple, you basically say to yourself, it's too simple, and you don't have the motivation. Your brain will automatically, subconsciously keep drifting away from that goal. It's simply too easy. The harder the goal, the quicker you achieve it, because it's more challenging and more stimulating to you. You understand that, everyone? Good, excellent. Some of the hardest jobs you have ever accomplished or will accomplish in life actually are easier than all the easy jobs that you failed at, because the harder jobs motivate you to do better. The stimuli, the arousal that generated by your brain is much stronger when you have a more difficult task to achieve. You understand that? Yes or no? Okay. So goals should be difficult. You should not take the easy way out and set yourself easy goals just for the sake of it. because you're not doing anything by doing that. You're just remaining where you are today. All right. So the next one is making sure that they're realistic. How do I make sure that my goals are realistic? You need to ask yourself the DHC. Remember, when it comes to realistic, you need to remember the 3 letters of the alphabet, D, H, and C. Have you all remembered that? The first one is, do I truly believe that I can do this, I can accomplish it? If the answer is yes, then it's realistic. Next one, H. Have I ever accomplished anything smaller in the past? If the answer is yes, but I failed, which is equal to no, then regardless whether you failed or succeeded, the fact that you failed will only motivate you better. If you've succeeded, that's good. So the fact is that if you had failed before, you will be much more realistic to you to do it now. If you have already achieved it in the past, then maybe it's too easy and it's not realistic enough. You need to make the goal harder. You understand that? Do you all understand that, Niraj? Niraj, Raj, do you understand? Okay. And the last one is the C. You need to ask yourself, can I identify the conditions that would have to exist for me to accomplish the goal? Can I identify? Do I understand? Can I say to myself, can I write down, what do I need to have? What do I need to do in order for me to be able to accomplish this goal? All right? Do you understand that, Jasmine? Okay. So if you said, Bonifacio, that you want to go to the moon, but you want to do it without a spaceship, that would definitely be unrealistic, unattainable. Do you understand that? I'll repeat the questions. 1, do I truly believe? 2, have I ever accomplished anything similar, even though it's easier? And if I failed, that is great, because now I'm going to do it much better. I've learned from my mistakes. If I haven't, then it's because it's too easy. All right? And the last one is, can I identify what I need in order to achieve that? What conditions, what tools, what elements do I need in order for me to achieve the goal? Does everybody follow me on that? You all understand what I'm saying? Guys, yes or no? Yes? Good, excellent. Okay, the next point we're going to talk about is creating time-bound goals, timely goals, all right? So if I asked you, how long should you give yourself to achieve a goal? I would say to you realistically, the goal should be no more than 12 months, and you should be reassessing your goal on a weekly basis. And definitely at this point of your growth or your learning curve, you need to be communicating with someone like me on a weekly basis to push you. Now, once you've achieved some of those goals, you may want to then review or assess yourself on a monthly or 3-monthly basis, okay? But if I told you set goals and forget about them for 12 months, that would be sending you to failure, because none of you would do anything. You just remain sitting on your lazy bums like you're doing now without achieving anything until I got to know you. Do you all understand that, Willie Gilberto? Do you understand that, Wilfie? Good, excellent. A goal should be grounded within a time frame. With no time frame tied to it, there is no sense of urgency. The goal will never happen. Do you understand that, everyone? The goal will never happen because there's no time frame to it. Do you understand that, Roxanne? Good. Do you understand that, Josie Migabon? Okay. Do you understand that, Jennifer Boysan? Do you understand that, Cherry Kate Bompal? Okay. Melina Sapkota, do you understand that? Good to see you again, Melina. Teske, do you understand what I'm saying? Good, excellent. Nice to have your full name, sir. Clyde, do you understand what I'm saying, Clyde? Clyde Gabriel, do you understand? Can you wave your hand? Good, excellent. Okay. So the question to ask yourself here is when? When do you want to accomplish your goal? Someday means you're a failure because someday it will never happen. But if you anchor it within a time frame by saying the 31st of December this year, then you have already set yourself unconscious mind and into motion to begin work on the goal. But if you say to yourself, sometime in the future, then there is nothing in your conscious mind or even in your subconscious mind to motivate you to do it, because there's no stimulus, there's no motivation. It will never happen. Someday will never happen. Maybe will never happen. If will never happen. It must be specific. Do you understand that, everyone? Cedric, Melina? Do you understand that, Teske? Good, excellent. Do you understand that, Chenny Kate? Do you understand that, Mitch? Okay. Jennifer, do you understand what I mean by that, Jennifer Boyson? All right. Okay, so it has to be time measured, time specific. It has to be time measured. It has to be time specific. Does everybody understand what I mean by that? Yes or no? Great, excellent. Okay, let's also look at it. The T not only stands for time bound, the T can also stand for tangible. You all know what I mean by tangible? When I say that the goal is time bound, it's also tangible. It's tangible because you can experience that goal. You can experience it with one of the senses, that is taste, touch, smell, sight, or hearing. Whether you find a job, how do you experience a new job? Well, you experience it by going to work every day and hearing others at work. You experience it by touching your pen and computer, I guess. But what else is tangible about your work or job? If you find a job, you start earning an income and having the capacity of better financial independence, which you don't have now. So that's also tangible. All right. So tangible is the fact that you experience something better in your life or in your career. That means your goal is tangible. For example, if I set myself to earn $12,000 a month, once I get to $12,000 a month, should I say that's enough, or should I set myself a higher goal? I should set myself a higher goal. Would you agree with me? Wave your hands, everyone. Wave your hands. Should I set myself a higher goal, or should I stop? I should set myself a higher goal. That's why the goal is tangible. Do you understand that? Yes or no? So I set myself a goal to earn $12,000 at the age of 21. At 22, I already earned $12,500. So my goal by the age of 23 cannot be below $12,500. It has to be stretched. It should be more. Right or wrong? Do you all understand that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you all understand it? Wave your hands. When your goal is tangible, you have a better chance of making it specific. You have better chance of making it measurable. And you have, if it's measurable, you have much more chance of making it attainable. You understand? Because if you can measure your success, you know whether you've attained it or not. If you cannot measure your success, you will never know whether you've failed or succeeded. All right. So how do you know whether you've succeeded? It's by setting how much, how many, and when. If you can answer those three and answer them successfully, then you've achieved, you've attained, and you've succeeded. Do you understand that, everyone? Yes or no? Tan T, do you understand that, Tan T? Thank you. All right. All right, so let's go back. We said SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Okay. All right. So what I want you to do now is I want you all, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I want all of you to think of a goal and be able to tell me when I come back, when I talk to you, what is that goal? What makes it specific? What makes it measurable? Why is it attainable? Why is it realistic? And why is it time-bound or timely? Can everybody do the homework now? And I will be asking you all to tell me what you've written down, or I'll talk to as many of you as I can after this 5-minute break. Does everybody understand my question? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, so has everybody had a chance to think about what we just spoke about? Let me see. Who would like to go first? Who would like to raise their hands and go first? Raise your hand if you want to go first. I'll talk to a few people who have raised their hand. Who's raised their hand? Don't be shy, guys. I'm here to talk to everyone. Let's start with Tapelo Sekatoyana. Hello, Tapelo. How can I help you? Unmute your microphone, please. Are you there, Tapelo? Go ahead, Tapelo. Tell me, what are your goals?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
I can't hear you, Tapelo.
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
I can't hear you. Can you put your microphone up? Hello. Are you there, sir?
Can you hear me? I'm there, yes.
We can't hear you, Tapelo. There's something wrong with your microphone. Are you there, Tapelo? Are you there, Tapelo? Tapelo? I can't hear you, Tapelo. I'm sorry. I'll have to come back to you. I can't hear you. Let's go to someone else, please. Who have I got here? Can I speak to Michelle? Hello, Michelle. What are your goals?
Hi, sir.
Hi, speak up, Michelle. Tell me.
Yeah. Can I read my goals here? I can read it now.
What's your goal?
Am I clear? Yes, this one. I dream of having an up and down home in 150 square meter, in color white and in painting in and out. 2 rooms on the upper and 2 rooms on down. Sliding window glass with analog design and tinted with a Pajero model of 2025 in the next 5 years.
All right. Okay. All right. So tell me, why is it specific? How do you make that specific?
Because I have my design, and also I have the measure of my floor area. Actually, have it already in my mind.
Why? How would you? Why is it attainable? How do you say it's attainable?
Attainable because I'm doing right now. I'm doing my business at the same time I'm working. So I think
That's not enough, Michelle. You haven't answered the question. You have to tell me what you're going to do differently in order for it to be attainable.
Right. I'm just starting my business, and I'm doing this in
Michelle.
In a month ago. So for me, it's a thing that can help support my dream.
Good, excellent. Let me just say something. Have you written a business plan?
Yeah, I have already.
Okay, I think you need to send me a copy and let me talk to you about it and give you some advice. I can't do it here. If you want to send it to me by email and tell me what time I can call you tomorrow or the next day, I will have a 10-minute chat with you and give you some advice, all right? But I think for a business goal, Michelle, it needs to be a lot more detailed. Do you follow what I'm trying to say? And shortly, my co-host is going to share with you a sample of a SMART goal for business, all right? So I'm going to give you a sample of a pre-drafted SMART goal for a startup business. Would that help you?
Yes, it's big help.
Okay, all right. My colleagues will share those with you shortly. So I'll come back to you. But remember, Michelle, whatever goal you set, you need to have the how much, how many. You need to know where you're going, why you're going there, what you're going to do, when you're going to do it. All those ingredients have to be answered. You follow?
Yes, yes,
And
sir.
if you say it's attainable and I ask you to show me how, you need to say the reason that my goal is attainable because this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to market my product through these channels. I'm going to spend this much on marketing. This is the way I'm going to do each and every step of it. And that's the only way that you can then say to yourself that your goal is attainable. Do you follow where I'm coming from, Michelle?
Yes, sir.
All
Yeah,
right, good on you. Thanks,
Thank
Michelle. It's okay,
Thank
Michelle. You're welcome. Roxanne, tell me, what are your goals? Yes, Roxanne, what are your goals? Unmute, please.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Roxanne. How are you? Tell me about your goal.
My goals for this year is to finish our new house.
Right,
For
go.
the end of this year.
So the goal is to own a new house, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, but that's not specific enough. You need to say own a new house in which area? You need to name the area and the
Okay, sir.
country.
Actually, sir, I was building it right now.
All right, so my goal is to finish building my new house, right?
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
better. Okay, go on. Next.
Um,
How
I
are you
want
measuring
to-
it?
I want to finish it before the end of this year.
Right. So you will finish it before the end of this year. And what is your
Yes.
measurement? Do you have a budget?
Yes, sir. I already have.
A budget.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Is it attainable? Why is it attainable? How do you want to make sure that it happens?
It is attainable because I already had the building permit. I have already the building permit.
All right. Okay.
Our engineer are starting to put it up.
All right. It's okay. It's all right, Roxanne. It's the baby. It's okay. Go on. What else?
Okay. And I already finished all the papers I needed to.
All right. So you have a timeline and you're following through that timeline to make sure you
Yes, sir,
achieve
we
it. Is
have
that right?
timeline. Yes, sir.
Good on you, Roxanne. You're getting there. And my colleague will share with you samples of some other goals shortly. He'll give you the sample templates and you can use that for the other goals you want to set yourself. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, Roxanne. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Who's next? Tapelo Sikoko. Hello, Tapelo. How are you? You want to talk to me, Tapelo? Your camera's off, Tapelo. You need to switch on your camera. I'm sorry. Yes, Tapelo. Can you speak now? Unmute your microphone. Quickly.
Hello, how are you? How are
Hi,
you,
I
sir?
can't hear you, Tapelo. You need to speak up.
You still can't hear me. Can you
I
hear
can't
me
hear
now?
you, sir. You need to get a microphone that works and speak up.
But I use the same phone every day.
I can't hear you. Okay, let me go to someone else. Mr. Amala, could you unmute the microphone for somebody in this room that wants to talk to me? Okay, who wants to talk to me in this room? Can you unmute the microphone? 3 people have their hands up. Amala? Hello? Are you there, Amala? Yeah, who would like to talk to me? What's your name? Yeah, hi, how are you today? Good, thank you. Tell me about your goal. All right, okay. All right, okay. So your goal is very generic again. You need to be a lot more specific. All right, let's just say this. You want to graduate from your studies for a diploma XYZ. You want to find a job in the industry, example, management or hospitality industry. Okay, you want to graduate with a certificate in business, find a job in management in a management related field with a minimum salary of X dollars. Okay, you understand me? All right, so when you say measurement, what is the measurement? The measurement will be the salary you earn when you find this job. Is that right? Is it attainable? Yes, because you're studying hard towards getting the qualification, and you're going to start looking for a job and getting your CV ready to apply for a job. Is your ambition realistic? Well, is it realistic? Do people applying for a job that you want? Do you have enough education to apply for that job? Are you positive about the way you think? Do you have the right appearance for that job? Then it is attainable. Is your goal realistic? Of course it's realistic, because you're studying hard towards the qualifications needed to get that job, all right? And the time frame is correct. Within 30 days of you graduating, or 2 months of you graduating, you want to have a job. You follow what I'm trying to say? All right, good on you, mate. You can send it to me as homework to my WhatsApp number, which my co-host will share later, and I will be happy to give you comments on that and reply to you. All right? Thank you. All right, great. Does anybody else want to talk to me, please? Does anybody else want to share their goal with me? Yeah, okay, one at a time. Let's talk to Mr. Tuk 10 first. Amala, could you open Mr. Tuk 10's microphone, please? Mr. Tuk 10, can you speak to me, sir? I'm coming to you, Fahbiha, 1 minute. Yeah, hi. Good evening, Mr. Tuk 10. Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Tell me, what is your goal, sir? Yes, what is the goal? So what is the goal? Is your goal based on dollars, or what is it based on? What is the goal? All right, so your goal is to achieve a certain sales target by September 2022. All right. Okay, so that is your goal. It's very specific, right? Very specific. Yeah, so your goal is very specific, correct? Okay, so it's specific. How is it measured? It's measured by the number of units you're going to sell, correct? And is it a okay, all right. Okay, all right. Now let me ask you, how do you know whether that's attainable? Why do you think that that can be achieved? Is there a market for your buses, or is there a market? Is there a demand? Okay, good, excellent. So it is attainable, good, excellent. And it is realistic. Yes? Yes. Good. So there is support from the government that make it more realistic for the customer. I wish you the best of luck, and I want you to keep me updated. And if you need any input or advice, please let me know. I think you're on the right track. Thank you, Mr. Tukten. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Thank you. I hope today's lesson has helped you, and we're going to share some samples with you shortly of how to set yourself goals. We're going to share some documents that you can use. All right. Okay. Let me go to the next person. Who wants to talk to me next? This young lady's had her hand up for a while. Fabiha, can you unmute your microphone? Uh, can you unmute the microphone, please, Fabiha? Yes, Fabiha, tell me, how can I help you? How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Tell me, what is your goal and why is it specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound?
The specific goals I have are that I want to complete my graduation within 2 years, and university graduation within 2 years. I want to have a job and I want to do business. And the goals which is measurable are how the salary I'm going to expect from the first month, what are my expectations of the salary which I'm going to get, and the business, if I'm doing business, what kind of products and how many products and how many items I'm going to sell within
All
this
right,
time.
good, excellent. You're on the right track. Yeah, you're on the right track. So, Biha, what I would like you to do is start putting that into words, all right? I want you to start documenting that specifically. So when you send it to me by homework, say that I'm gonna graduate from this university with this degree by this date. And I'm gonna find a job as this job within this industry, okay, with a minimum salary of this much, not later than this date. Do you understand that? And then you're going to tell me why it's attainable. You say, I believe this is attainable because in this industry, there is many vacancies, all right? It is attainable because I will have the qualifications required for this job. You understand me? What you need to do, Fabiha, is you need to start going to internet and looking for the sort of job that you want to make sure that you have all the qualifications they're looking for. Do you understand that? Okay, now if you send me a message telling me what sort of job you're looking for, what industry, what position, I can then help you and tell you what are the qualifications or the competencies you should have to make that attainable. Would that help you, Fabiha?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes.
I'm happy to help you, Fabiha. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Stay positive, Fabiha. Stay positive. You every time I see you, you look more positive and you look more motivated. I want you to stay focused. All right, young lady, stay focused. Remember, success is in your hands. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Every time you go to a lecture, say to yourself, the higher my marks, the better job I can get. The higher my graduation grade point average is, my GPA is, the better salary and the better company I can work for. Every day, look at the positive elements in your goals. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Good girl.
Yes.
All right, next. Thank you. All right.
Thank
Okay, Mr. Amala, can you open the microphone for Belinda, please? Hello, Belinda. Amala, can you open Belinda's microphone, please? Amala? Are you there, Belinda? Hi, Belinda, tell me. Yes, I can. Welcome to the session. Tell me, what is your goal, man? And tell me, why is it specific? Yes. Right, you're working in Beirut. You're working in Lebanon, which is Beirut in Lebanon, or where? Okay, got you. Okay. Yeah, I understand. I understand the difficulties. Yes. 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 Right. All right. Let me give you, Belinda. Let me give you some advice. May I? Let me interrupt and give you some advice. May I? Is that okay? All right, Belinda. I love your ambition and I love the fact that you're planning 3 years ahead. So let me start weighing this up. To set your goals, I need you to focus on this. One, 3 years from now, when my children have graduated, I want to start planning to set up business, and that business will be based on this industry, okay? And you need to start saying that for me to do that over the next 3 years, I need to do the following research to start with. What business do I want? Where is the best country to open it? Should I move back to Liberia? Should I stay here and open it here? Or is it too early to judge that because of the current economic situation in both countries, right? Then you need to decide, once you've decided on the business and which country you're going to open it in, then you need to narrow it down to the product, the size of the business, all right? Okay, that's your next element. And then you need to say to yourself, is this attainable? Will I have the financial independence or the financial capability of setting up this business in 3 years from now, taking into account the costs of living and inflation? Do you understand that so far? And there's one more question you need to ask yourself, Belinda, because I have a lot of people ask me this. In 3 years' time, will your children want to leave the country they're studying in, pack up and go back to Liberia, or will they have a career in the country they're in? Or are you wanting to look for a country where they can go with you and have a career? All right, do you understand where I'm coming from? So my question is to you, and I'm not being disrespectful, ma'am, please don't get me wrong. You should be thinking out of the box. Why are you thinking of Liberia again? Why Liberia? Why Lebanon? Ma'am, no disrespect. My grandmother died in Beirut in Lebanon, in Al Zarif, which is a part of Beirut, back in 1982. And her first grandson, had to fly there under emergency conditions to arrange her funeral and bring her body back to Australia for burial next to my grandfather. Beirut, Lebanon was one of the hardest countries that broke my heart when I went there. I had never seen a country in such ruin and demise, all right? I love Lebanon because my grandparents have heritage there. But taking into account the state of education at the American University of Beirut and all the other universities in Lebanon, taking the state of the economy in Lebanon, I think, Belinda, if you want to be realistic, you need to start looking at the alternatives. In 3 years' time, is the Lebanese economy and state of business going to be back to normal? On the other hand, is Liberia going to be any better than Lebanon is now? And if you want to put the two economies together, you might find yourself saying that, well, there's not much difference between the two. Liberia might be 0.2, 0.3% better. But you find that there's not much difference if you look at the real state of the economies in both countries, okay? So what you need to do, Belinda, is maybe you need to start plotting on paper. And you need to think of it from a business perspective, my dear student, and from your family's perspective. May I ask, how old is your daughter now? And your son? Okay. Okay, your daughter's 14, so in 3 years' time, she'll be ready for university. Is that right? All right, so, okay, so the next question is, talking about it realistically, will she be able to attend American University of Beirut, which is the only international university with any common respect, or is your focus on sending her to a university overseas? So that's the next point you have to take into account, right? Now, if the focus is that she wants to study medicine or do something, which I hope she will, and your focus is on satisfying her educational needs first, then that also has to be part of your goal, Belinda, right? So you have to have a very specific goal. It has to be my daughter's education when she turns 17, university, Beirut, Liberia, or other, to relocating to that country. Is it stable? 3, how do I support my family? I need a business. Is that country going to offer me the right business opportunity? If so, what sort of business? What product? How much opportunity is there for me to run the business? What is the market need in that country? And 4, how much financial capital do I need in order to set up the business in that country? You follow where I'm coming from, Belinda? All right. Now, Belinda, what I'd like you to do, and this is an offer like most of the students here, these are really technical questions, and I need to spend some time advising you one-to-one. I'm happy to do that. My colleague shortly is going to share with you a template for a startup business. He's going to give you a template for what a startup owner of a business startup would use, all right? It's only a very brief template that addresses specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. All right, this is what I want you to do, Belinda. I want you to complete one for your plans to educate your daughter in the right country. That's number 1, all right? Then I want you to complete another one for the business that you dream of setting up in a country that you think will be right in 3 years' time, all right? Now, what you need to do that, Belinda, is you need to start doing some analysis using the internet. You need to look at what is the world's, or look at the economic prognosis of Lebanon in 3 years' time. Search different websites. Ask the website, what will be the economic prognosis for Beirut, Lebanon's economy in 3 years, all right? What business industries in Beirut have been successful in the last 3 years, and then look at the industries. Then do the same for Libya or Liberia. Do the same for other countries. Give yourself 2 or 3 countries, all right? Draw a plan for 2 or 3 different countries. And then what I'm happy to do for you is arrange a WhatsApp call with you and talk about the pros and cons of each of those plans, and then maybe give you some steering or guidance as to which one you should pursue. Would that help you? No, Belinda, you don't have to thank me, ma'am. It's my pleasure. That's how I get motivated, by helping people like you. And please give my warm regards to Lebanon. I love Manakish and I love the food. Give my warm regards to the country, ma'am. I hope that one day maybe you can make your dream come through in Singapore. Singapore has the best universities in the world. What does your daughter want to study? What are her dreams? What does she want to study? Right. Okay. Yes. Well, nursing is a great passion. My daughter is only 5 years old, and she keeps telling me, Daddy, I want to be a doctor or a nurse. So let's hope the nursing passion becomes a doctor's passion. But, you know, nursing is one of the greatest occupations in the world. They save lives every day. And clinical nurses and theater nurses can earn incredible salaries. And nurses are in high demand all over the world, Belinda. So you can be proud of her, because whether she qualifies as a nurse through AUB or goes to work in any country in the world with proper nursing qualifications, she will always have a job. All right. What's your background? What's your background, Belinda? What did you study? What did you graduate in? All right. Okay. All right. But are you working at the moment? All right. So. Right. Right. Okay. Okay. But let me tell you, let me give you some guidance. You will probably find that the Philippines may be a better training ground for your daughter in nursing than Beirut, Lebanon. All right. I'm giving you some honest advice. Okay. So listen, do me a favor, put it on the look at the template that my colleague will share with you. Put it on a template, and my colleague will share my WhatsApp number and my email with you later at the end of this lesson. All right. WhatsApp me, say I'm Belinda from Beirut, Lebanon, and let's arrange a time for me then to talk to you and to give you some guidance directly. Would that help you? But I think what I've done today, Belinda, has set you on the right track, because I think your goals are too broad. They're not specific enough. All right. I have to be realistic, Belinda. I have to be, because if I told you they were okay, then it's like you're like in a wishing well. They need to be very specific. All right. Thanks, Belinda. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, let's talk to someone else. It's great talking to you, Belinda. Thank you so much. All right, let's talk to someone else. Melina Sapakota, you want to talk to me, young lady? On your microphone. You're looking great today.
Thank you. Hi, sir.
Good. You've got a beautiful smile. Tell me, what are your goals? Tell me, what have you got written down?
I have two goals right now.
Yeah.
So first, I want to become an ERP consultant,
Yes.
and I want to establish my business as well.
Okay. All right. Those are not goals, young lady. They're too broad. They're like a wild piece of imagination. Melina, listen to me, young lady. What was I just said? Your goal has to be specific, right? Specific, correct? I want you to be specific. All right. Give me the first goal again. Read out your first goal.
I want to become an ERP consultant since I'm already working.
All right, but you need to tell me, okay, ERP consultant, okay, covering which industries, servicing which industries, all right? You need to be specific. I want to become an ERP consultant servicing A, B, C, D industries in countries A, B, C, D. Number one, all right? Number two, and I want to start my own company and employ other consultants to work under me, correct? So that's one specific goal. You see how deep and how focused it is? Very specific. Now it has to be measurable. The company or the business will have myself plus 2 other staff, and we want to have at least 3 consultancy contracts within the first 1 year, okay? And is it attainable? You need to show me, how are you going to make that attainable? Are you going to work for another company as a assistant consultant or a trainee consultant for 6 months whilst you're getting training to learn enough about the business, so by the end of 12 months your goal will be realistic? Because if you don't have the experience, Melina, how is it going to be achievable? How is it going to be realistic? Can I ask you, what experience do you have as a consultant? Do you have any experience?
Right now I'm working for the same industry in the same company, but I'm working right now as a marketing consultant, but
All
not
right. Okay. The
exactly
marketing consultant that you're doing now, how relevant is your experience to what you want to start? It's not very much similar. You need to get experience in type of consultancy you want to do. Do you understand me? So you need to show me a track or steps. Then how am I going to get experience in the other side of consultancy, even though I'm working in this? Can I do that through study? Can I do that through becoming involved or looking for a job in the other sort of consultancy? Or can I learn it from textbooks? Do you understand me, Melina? Melina, I think you're on the right track. You're focused, all right? You're much more focused today than the first day I saw you. You actually changed 90%, and you've changed very quickly, and I'm so proud of you. But Melina, we need to start focusing, all right? Melina, what did I teach you last week about your goals? They have to be unique, right? They have to be eccentric. Remember that? Mr. Govind, can you write the word eccentric for Melina? She forgot it. Eccentric, ECCENTRIC. Everybody write this word down. I want to be eccentric. Write it down. Belinda, write it down. All of you say, I want to be eccentric. Everyone, I want to be eccentric. You need to start thinking out of the box. Do you understand that? Tan Huang? Tan Hong, do you understand that? Good, excellent. If you don't start thinking out of the box, then you're never going to make your goals happen. Belinda wants to start a business. She needs to start thinking of a unique business. You need to start thinking, Melina, what is going to set you as a one-of-a-kind consultant? What is going to make you as a consultant unique? Is it because of your experience? Is it because of the customer relationships you've built? Is it because the fact that Mr. Wally has motivated you and given you ideas? Is it the fact because I've held your hand and taught you how to be a consultant? You need to start being deep. You need to start thinking out of the box. Do you understand that, Melina?
Yes, sir.
Melina, I'm going to give you homework. I want you to write a list of 10 skills that you have to become the ERP consultant that you want to become. I want you to write down 10 skills that you need to succeed in that area of consultancy, all right?
Okay, sir. I'll do
And
that.
then, no, I haven't finished yet. Don't run, young lady. Homework has just started. You've just got me awake. Then I want you to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you score yourself for each of those skills, all right? Now, Melina, don't say I'll give myself a 6 because I think. Be honest. If you don't have any experience, say 0, all right? Right? Now, you've told me that. Then I want you to look at the internet and find other consultants who are doing the job, all right? And write down what qualifications they've got, okay?
Okay.
And below that, I want you to write down your qualifications. And then at the very bottom, I want you to put in red all the things that you're missing. Do you understand that? The gap.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So you want to tell me what the job requires, okay? What the job requires, what skills or qualifications they have, and then at the bottom, you're going to tell me what you miss completely. Experience, what experience you have, what competency you don't have, what qualifications you don't have. You're going to tell me all the gaps, all right? And for you, the gaps should be more than the positives. Because if you say to yourself yes to everything, then you're lying to yourself. All right, Melina?
Yes, sir.
Remember, what did I teach you last week, Melina? One of the elements about you being successful is being open, transparent, and honest about the direction you want to move in, right? And you've already set that goal now by telling me specifically what you want to achieve. But what you haven't done, Melina, is you haven't thought of how you're going to make it attainable. And a goal without the what, the why, the when, the where, and the which is no goal. Do you understand that? So, Melina, can you answer these for me now? What you want to do, where you want to do it, when you want to do it, why you want to do it, and which elements are you good at in order to achieve it? All right? You haven't answered the 5 whys, the 5 W's. Remember, I said specific means answering the 5 W's that Wally has. Wally's name starts with a W. You failed the 5 W's. Do you understand that, Melina? Okay, now tell me what I've explained to you, Melina. What have I explained?
The 6 W's.
All right, go on.
Who, what, who is involved is me.
Okay. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? You are, right? What are you going to do? Why are you going to do it? When do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? And which means what is it you're going to do? Exactly, which elements of it are you going to provide? And what do you need to do that? You follow me, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
So you need to answer the 6 W's. You follow the 5 W's, right?
Yes.
Are you sure you understand?
Yes, sir. I do.
All right. So remember the 6 W's, all right? the 6 W's? Just 1 minute for a minute. Let me just go back to them. I want to read the 6 W's to you again. Just hold on. Okay, who's doing it? You are, right? What are you doing? Where are you doing it? When are you doing it? Why are you doing it? And which elements of that goal do you want to achieve? Do you understand that, Melina?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure, Melina?
Yes, sir.
Melina, wake up, all right? Wake up, young lady. Don't let me down. You're on a good road already. Do not go back to where you were 3 weeks ago. Promise?
Promise.
All right? Let this stuff in here stop being mashed potatoes and start becoming green broccoli. Do you know the difference between mashed potato and green broccoli? Do you know the difference?
Yes, sir.
Do you
Yes,
say
sir.
answer with confidence? I want you to speak up with confidence. Do you know the difference? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what is the difference between having mashed potato in here and green broccoli? What's the difference?
It grows. The mashed potato stays the same.
All right, good. And what do you want in here? You're going to have green broccoli like Roxanne and Michelle, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else want to share their goals with me before I go on? Anybody else? Okay. All right. I'm going to share with you another example. Then we'll go on. Just give me a minute. I'm going to share with you an example of a goal that is smart. I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to explain why it answers the status of SMART, SMART. 1, I will implement standards-based grading into my 3rd hour US history class using classroom instructions and strategies and aligning my assessments to the standards that students understand their learning targets. All right, this is just a simple goal that I set as a teacher when I started teaching in secondary school. I set myself goals as a history teacher. What were they? I was going to teach history to secondary school students. My history lessons were going to be in alignment with the US government's standards for history teachers, and that all my students have to be or get grades which are in the top quadrant of the assessment structure, which means all my students had to score a B or higher. All right. And what was the evidence that I'd achieved my goal? It was that 90% of the students in my class passed my history class. Do you understand that simple goal, everyone? Does everybody understand that simple goal? Yes or no? All right, I'm going to ask somebody else to share a goal with me. Mr. Nizar, can you share a goal with me and tell me why it's specific, please? Oh, can you undo Mr. Nizar's microphone, please, Govind? Hi, Nizar, give me a
Hello,
goal.
everyone. Hello.
Hi, Nizar, everybody's
Yes,
hearing
Sir
you.
Walid. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to have our goal to discuss with you and automate us to success our goals. So
You're welcome. Give me a goal
me,
and tell me why it's specific.
regarding me, I have one goal right now in my way that graduate of the graduate diploma. So I have to finish this through 8 months later. So I need in this graduate, I will have a good degree in this diploma. So
right, okay.
I will by this graduation, I will increase my experience, and I have this certificate to use it to improve my sales and marketing in my company.
Right. Okay.
I'm doing right now selling and marketing overseas.
Go on.
So through this diploma, I will achieve my goal to improve my job in my company to gain a goal
Yes.
in the future.
All right, good. Okay, great. Okay, that was very specific. It was very specific, and it's articulate. But what I want you to do now, Nizar, is work on your
Yes.
goals post your graduation. Start thinking of those, all right?
Yeah.
So I need you to, because I know you'll graduate, because I know you're studying hard with us, I need you to set specific SMART goals for what you're going to do after you've got the diploma. Do you follow me, mate?
Yes.
All right?
Yes,
Good
sir.
on you. I'll talk to you soon. See you at the
Yes,
next
thank you.
BizTalk.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Would
Thank you.
anybody else like to ask me any questions? Anybody? Does anybody here want to ask me any questions? All right. What I'll ask for you now is, can my co-hosts, Mr. Govind and Mr. Amala, can you share the 3 links that I sent you now with the audience? Ladies and gentlemen, my hosts are going to share, my hosts and the guys that guide me are going to send you some links that I'm going to share about ideas about SMART goals and ideas about how to set SMART goals for yourselves. And if you look at the links that you're going to be sent, the first one that you're going to get should be a link that shows you. I'll wait till they send them to you. Just give me a minute. Has everybody received the links? Has everybody received the links? When you've got the links, just show me your hand. Okay, all right. So the first link I'm going to talk about is Start Up SMART Goals Template. Open the link that says SMART Goals Template. And that actually gives you a definition of what SMART Goals is, all right? This is for your personal goals. So I want all of you to fill this form in and tell me what goals you have in mind about you and you as individuals. And for each goal, you then fill in a separate form and you tell me how you're going to make that goal specific, how you're going to make it measurable, how you're going to make it attainable, how you're going to make it time bound or time scalable. Does everybody understand that? Yeah? That's the first template. The second template I've given you, when we say relevant, relevant means realistic. Realistic and relevant are the same. Does everybody understand that? Yeah? Relevant and realistic are the same. But the way I've used relevant is to make it easier for you. So the goal has to be relevant to the country and the situation you're in. Don't tell me you want to go to the moon without a spaceship. That would not be attainable, nor would it be relevant. Do you understand that, everyone? Okay, good. The second template that I've given you are SMART goals for startup business, for somebody who wants to start their own business. And if you look at the template I've given you, this is a template written by a character called John Smith, and he wants to start up his own business. It's a fresh business. That's what startup means. Startup is a fresh business starting from scratch. And I've given you examples of the goals that John has set himself in order to start up his business. Specific. What do I want to accomplish? Why do I want to accomplish it? He's actually answered the 5 W's or the 6 W's that we gave you. What, why, where, when, which. All right? What, why, when, where, which. 5, right? Okay? So you need to answer those, okay? You need to answer those. Again, let me just, sorry, it keeps closing on me. You guys have got a copy. I just need to answer my copy. So what do I want to do? Why do I want to do it? What are the requirements? Where am I going to do it? And which are the elements I need to do it? You need to be specific. Measurable, you all know, all right? Achievable, Relevant is the same as realistic and time-bound. These are all the things you have to answer about the SMART goals if you want to start up a business. There is another sample of a SMART goal template that I've given you for a general exercise like raising money. You can use that as an example for setting your own SMART goals. Does anybody have any questions about anything I've shared with you today? SMART goals is a very, very personal area. And you all want to set your own SMART goals, but some of you are very shy about sharing that here. So I encourage you to please send me your homework at the mobile number, which my co-host will share. Could you please share my homework number, Amala and Govind, the homework number that we shared in the last 2 weeks? Could you share it with all our students now? And could you also give them my email, which is Wally, W-A-L-L-Y, number 1, @gmail.com. I welcome you all to send me your homework regarding SMART goals that you've set yourselves. I would be happy to read them and respond to you within 7 to 9 days. Now, those of you who sent me your homework last week, the reason I held back replying is because I felt that tonight's lesson was relevant. Now that I've delivered this, I will reply to you all by Tuesday to all the homework you've sent me. I have 299 homeworks now. I've just looked at the box again. All right, I'll reply to all of them. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Josie Mikabon, my email is E for Echo, H for Hotel, full stop, Wally, W-A-L-L-Y, the number 1 @gmail.com. Could my co-hosts please type my email in the box now? Can everybody put my email in the chat box now? eh.wally, number 1 @gmail.com. Thank you, Mr. Amala. Mr. Govind, can you put it in the chat box too, please? Mr. Govind? Thank you, Mr. Govind. Okay, does everybody have my email address? Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed my BizTalk tonight, please go to our Facebook page. Please go to our YouTube channel, like my videos, go to our company's Instagram. Please support me by saying, Wally, great BizTalk, or we want more Wally BizTalks, or Wally is motivates us, or tell me about some of the topics you want. Say, Wally, I want you to talk about communication skills. Wally, I want you to talk about how to borrow money to start a business. I want you to give me ideas. Be free to do that. Now, you can do that by either sending a message to the homework WhatsApp or by email. But if you want to just say that you like me or you enjoyed me, please go to Facebook. Please go to YouTube. Watch the videos. Please go to Instagram and give BizTalk the thumbs up. Me and my colleagues are here every week without fail for you. So please tell us. If you like BizTalk, say, I love BizTalk. I love Wally and his BizTalk. I love BizTalk. Please give us more BizTalks. Please teach us different areas. Give us ideas of the topics you want to hear. My co-hosts right now are going to put a message in the chat on how you can actually like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Can you share that information now with everyone, please? Both my co-hosts are doing it now. Okay. Thank you, Top Guy. Please share that comment with me by WhatsApp, Top Guy, or send it to me on Facebook, or share it with me by WhatsApp so everybody else can see it. My company can see it. Thank you, Christina. Yes, Melina. You want to talk to me again, Melina? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate your feedback, Elizabeth. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, Took 10, for your feedback. It's great. Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the more you support us, the more comments you send. Thank you. We like to be inspirational to everyone. Please, if you could repeat that comment to me by WhatsApp in the message number that my colleagues have shared, I would very much appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure delivering BizTalk 23. I hope to see you again for BizTalk 24 or 25, or maybe both. If you have any ideas about subjects you'd like me to talk about, please tell me. We've covered motivation. we've covered inspiration, we've covered being positive, we've covered how to write a CV, a curricula vitae, we've covered on how your brain works and how to switch on the wires in your brain. My plan for next week is to start talking about how to prepare a business plan for a company or a business that you're dreaming of, or how to prepare a budget for the company you work with, or in case you're involved in budgeting at work. That's one of the lessons that I've got planned in the next 2 weeks. But if you have any other ideas about BizTalk subjects that you would like to hear, please send me a WhatsApp or an email and I'll put them into the schedule. I also have a few other interesting subjects and guest speakers, which I'll share with you in the coming weeks. All right. Is there anyone else that wants to talk to me? Any other questions? All right. My number for your homework is +659 488 my co-host has just put it in the chat. 9 488. Right, that's it. Okay, can you put the message up there again, Govind? I think the message didn't get to everyone regarding my number. No, Govind, the number. Thank you, Amala. Okay, it's +659 488 0887. My friend, Mr. Govind, will send it to everyone now. Now you need to send it to everyone, Govind. I can't see it, Govind. It's not in the chat, mate. You need to mark it to everyone. Okay, thank you, Govind. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Your homework for this week is to basically come up with, you've all sent me your goals last week. What I'd like you to do this week is start taking the goals you set for yourselves. Yes, it's 9 488 0887. Thank you for repeating that. +65 for Singapore. What I'd like you to do is take the goals that you set me last week and think about those. Wait for my reply to you. Now that I've talked about goals, I will be sending some very honest and brutal answers to all of your homeworks. Once you get my answer to your homeworks, now I want you to start updating me on your progress with your goals every Sunday or every day if you feel necessary. I want you to start getting me involved almost once or twice a week with an update of your positive look and what you're achieving so far as your goals are concerned. All right. Now, but please, before you do that, wait for my reply to the homework you've sent me. If you haven't already sent me any homework with your goals, then your homework this week is to put your goals into the templates that I've just shown you using the SMART goals technique that I've shared with you, and send it to me so I can guide you like I'm guiding the 299 homeworks that I've now got. 8 more people just sent me homework already. All right, so all of you, does that answer your questions? I have another question coming in. Jigmay Tinley, how can I help you? Can you unmute your microphone, Jigmay? Jigmay? Hi, Jigmay, how can I help you, sir?
Hello,
Are
sir.
you there,
I have
Jigmay?
one question.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
So I have one question, sir. It's like clarification.
Yes,
So
go
like
ahead.
most of today's generation thinks that money is what makes them success. But from my point of view, I think working for ourselves is success. And can you be please specific on this, sir, for the clarification to
Well,
everyone? I think it
let
might help
me
everyone.
answer your question, Jigmay. Unfortunately, money is one factor of success. Money is not everything. All right. I have made millions in my life and I have spent billions. I have made millions and spent millions. Money is only a means to an end. What does money do? Money buys you another day of being happy. Money helps make you happy. Is money the ultimate goal of success?
Money
It's not.
sir. Money
It doesn't.
maintains some of our problems.
Money helps you succeed because it helps you grow the business. Yes, but
No,
can you be?
sir, I mean like Elon Musk, like some other big guys. They are working for themselves, but they are earning. So nobody's
but hold on, but Jigme, your goal should be to be able to work in jobs and earn higher salaries like them. You should be
no,
focused
I
on
don't want to
improving.
work in jobs, but I want to set up my own business so I can earn from that, sir. I want to work for
But
myself.
Jigme, for you to set up a business, before you do that, you need to work for someone and get experience. If you want to go straight
Yes,
onto setting up your own business, you're doomed to actually failing if you have no experience in that area. So what I suggest you do is
yes,
work for someone, save some money, and then aim to set up your own business and make more money. But you need to earn money in order to invest and make more money. Money is important, but it's not the only way to be happy. There's other things that bring happiness and success. That is knowledge, education, working in a company that motivates you, and being able to actually achieve tasks and be rewarded for those tasks. They are all elements that lead to success and lead to you making more money. Do you understand that, Jigme?
yes, sir. Money is success. Money is success. I understand. I understood, sir.
Well, money is success. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
No, success is money. Money is not success. Success equals
Success
money,
is
but money does not equal success. People have money
happiness
and they're
equals
failures.
success.
No, hear me. People have a lot of money and are failures. They end up smoking marijuana and committing suicide because they don't know what to do with money. So money is not success.
Yes.
Success
Okay.
equals money. Does that help you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay,
It's
good.
good
I
one.
hope,
Sir.
but you know, you have to
Having
make an
money,
effort,
they
Jigme.
fail, they'll end up in suicide.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
what I want you to understand is you need to make money and invest that money to start a business. You need money to start a business. Money is important to start any business. But before you can actually have that money, you need to have the experience and start earning money. And then you need to have goals to increase your earning by changing your time and your skills from working for someone and taking the money savings that you have, the skills that you have, to start your own business and multiply that money. And of course, the more money you make, the more luxuries and the better life you'll have. We all work for money. But you know, you don't just need money to be successful, because you can inherit money from your parents. You can be a millionaire, and if you don't know what to do with that money, you'll end up in the grave. All right. So you need to be able to have other qualities other than money: intelligence, experience, qualifications, a business plan, and specific smart goals on how you're going to use that money in order to be successful. Does that answer your question, Jigme?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Please, Jigme, message me at the WhatsApp number that you have, and let's talk. Let me call you and have a talk, because I think you need some motivation from me. I think me and you need to have a talk. I would love to help somebody like you. You have a big future, Jigme. I can see it in your face. All right, mate?
Okay, sir.
You're welcome, Jigme. Thank you. All right. Does anybody else want to talk to me? Yes. How can I help you, Rochelle Ogog? Hi, Rochelle. You want to unmute your microphone? Hi, Rochelle. How can I help you?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Rochelle. How can I help you?
I just want to share my goals, so maybe I can have a guidance from you.
Yeah, of course you can. Go ahead.
Okay, my goals is specifically is really to start a business while I'm working, a part-time business while I'm working right now. This online business that I want to do, and then how it will be measurable, because I already started one day I acquiring the money that I want to start the business, and that I had a residential lot in my country, then I want to sell it to start to have the capital to start already the business. And
all right, Rochelle, Rochelle, I think what you need to do is you need to tell me what sort of business it is, what you've done, what your plans are. All right. So what I think you should do, Rochelle, is my colleague has shared my email address in the chat. okay, and he shared my homework number. Maybe drop me a line. I'll arrange to talk to you and understand what your business is, and I would be happy to guide you. But for me to guide you correctly, I need to understand specifically what's involved and what you want to do with it. Otherwise, I can't tell you what's right or wrong.
Can I tell you what will be my business is right now?
Go
If we
ahead.
have
Yeah, go
time.
on quickly. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Only got this idea in this business when I got COVID. And then so I was then I purchased this vitamins for me to recover. Because I experienced long COVID and I having really difficulties to recover. So I purchased this
So hold on, let
this
me just cut you short, Rochelle. So your business is selling a sort of vitamin online, is that right?
wellness. It's about a wellness thing. So I really, because it's very timely. It's very timely right now. So I can do make this a business to help people also experience like what I did.
Rochelle, please drop me a WhatsApp message or record your business plan on WhatsApp, send it to me and I'll answer you, because I have to be very careful, because the business you talk about has medical implications. And anybody who goes into a business, especially when you're talking about wellness or medical supplies, people's lives and health could be affected. You could end up being sued and going to jail. You have to make sure that it's proven, it's medically tested, and it's approved. You have to be very careful on how you promote anything like that on social media, because if anybody dies or their medical condition worsens, the police will come knocking on your door. So unless you're a medically trained doctor or you have medical certification, I do not suggest you try to start any sort of online business in that field without proper guidance. I have to be very careful, otherwise you'll get into trouble. All right, so please, you can go to the WhatsApp number that my colleagues have sent. Mr. Govind, can you share the number with Rochelle again for homework? Can you send her a message, give her the number, WhatsApp number for homework? Record me a message about your business and I will certainly, definitely get back to you. All right, Rochelle, does that help you?
Yes, sir.
All right, also, Govind, some student by the name of Jigme, Jigme, has not got my phone number. My phone number, everybody's +65 9 488 0887. I repeat, +65 9 488 0887. My email address is eh_wally1@gmail.com. If there is anybody else who has any questions, please don't hesitate to drop me a message. Please don't hesitate to ask. From me, my co-host, Mr. Amala, my co-host, Mr. Govind, I thank you. We all thank you for being with us today for BizTalk 23. It's a very wet day in Singapore. There's thunderstorms and the clouds are up. I hope that in your country, it's a nice sunny day in Bhutan, in the Philippines, in Vietnam. Is there anybody in Bhutan? Is it raining in Bhutan today or is it sunny? Who's in Bhutan? Okay, it's okay. Is it rainy or is it sunny in Bhutan, Melina? What's the weather in Bhutan, Melina?
Can you see the sun?
Good. Can you tell the sunshine to come to Singapore, please?
It's on its way.
All right, good. All right, thank you, everyone. I want you all to have a great afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Nizar. Again, from my co-host, Mr. Govind, the man with the green wall behind him. You can see his picture behind ETT Host 03. His name is Govind. Can everybody give Govind a big hand and thank him for his support? Without Mr. Govind, we wouldn't be here today. He is my support. He's my lifeline. Thank you, Govind, for all your support today, mate. And to the other gentleman in black, who's also my other lifeline, Mr. Amala. Can everybody wave their hands to Mr. Amala? Thank you, Mr. Amala. God bless you both. They are the back arm of my BizTalk. They are the people that look after the hundreds of people who connect with me every week. Without these two guys, there is no BizTalk. Thank you, Amala. Thank you, Govind. Thank you for being here for me. All right, guys. Is there any other questions today? Mr. Sergey Agarwawi, would you like to talk to me, sir? Can you unmute your microphone? Hi, Sergey, you want to talk to me? Sergey, you want to talk to me? Hi, Sergey, how are you? Are you there, sir?
Fine.
Hi, where are you from, sir?
I'm from Ethiopia.
Great. Excellent. Have you enjoyed today's session? Has it been of any help?
Yes, I'm so happy.
You're
Oh, your
welcome.
nice
I encourage you
presentation
to
and
join me for
giving us.
BizTalk. I run a BizTalk, sir, every Saturday, and I think you've missed the last 21 of them, but we've covered areas of business continuity management. We've covered several business areas in depth, and we will go through more as
I
we go along.
received,
But we do run a
I
BizTalk every
received,
Saturday and every Monday, except for this Monday because a lot of our students have exams. So we'll be back next week on Saturday and the following Monday. Saturday is always either 3 to 5 or 4 to 6, and Monday is always from 7 to 9 p.m. I look forward to seeing you, Sige. And please, if you have any friends that would like to join you, please share the link with them. And I
okay.
hope to, motivate as many people as we can. And Sige, if there's any topic you'd like to hear, send me a message and we'll try to cover it for you. All right?
All right.
Thank you, Sige. Do you have any feedback about today? Is there any points you'd like to talk about today?
Generally, I can talk on your title, the WH, why, when, and when. There are some critical points you are deal in detail. I'm so happy for your nice presentation and giving us a chance for all of your students to give us and a short way of participating in it individually.
Thank you so much.
So I would like thank you. I would like to thank you, Mr. Wally.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I look forward to welcoming you again. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nizar. Thank you, Melina. Melina, make sure you do your homework, young lady. You owe me homework tonight before you go to sleep. Not tomorrow, tonight, all right? Tonight, before midnight Singapore time. It's now what? It's now 6 o'clock in Singapore. You have 6 hours, Melina, all right? Okay, good girl. Excellent. Everybody, is there any questions about anything tonight? Julie Jean, you're looking absolutely adorable today. Keep the beautiful smile. Young lady, please make sure you send me an update on your goals every Sunday to my WhatsApp number, all right? I want an update on what you're doing to achieve those goals of yours. All right, thank you. Roxanne Rebellis, give my regards to your little baby and give them a hug, all right? Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. God bless you all from Singapore. Good night. I bid you all a very good night.
Thank you for all of us.